Hi, my name is Nur Aisyah binti Hasanuddin. My metric number is 202990.
Hi, my name is Nur Hazrah Meta Hamidi and my metric number is 203186.
Hi, my name is Nurin Najwa binti Nur Azman and my metric number is 202534.
Hi. Okay, now let me ask you something. What do you know about physics? Did you realize that physics is used in our daily life? Today we are going to present about physics application in our daily life. Physics extend well into your everyday life, describing the motion, forces, and energy of ordinary experience. In action, such as walking, driving a car, or using the phone. Physics is at work for everyday living. All the technologies you might take for granted exploit the rules of physics. We are from Bachelor Science of Science Instrumentation. As a physics student, it is obvious that we are already familiar with some of the physics terms and law that is being used in our daily life. So, move on to the first point, which is gravity. You to ask anybody around you the simple question, what is gravity? And you probably hear it is something that pulls the object toward the earth, or is a force exerted by the earth to pull object toward it. Now, before we get into the basic of gravitation, there is one thing I want you to understand well. Rather, there is one thing I want you to forget. Forget the fact that gravity has not to do only with the earth and the object close to it. That is not gravity. We see example where objects are falling to the ground and we assume that is the only concept we need to know about gravity. Yes, of course, it's gravity that pulls the object toward the earth. But that's not the only thing you need to understand about gravity. So, what is gravity again? Consider your screen to be the universe and these are any two objects in the universe. They could be planet or human or animal or whatever. Just they both have non-zero mass. This object is pulling this one towards itself and the other object is pulling one towards itself. In this case, both objects are pulling the other object toward each other. In the case of Earth and human being, the Earth is one object and the human being is another. Both are pulling the other towards themselves. This attractive force between any two masses in the universe is called gravitational force. So, gravitational force is attractive force between any two objects with non-zero mass separated by a distance. It is not only the force that Earth uses to pull the object toward it, but yes, as all of us have Earth as our habitat, most example we can see for the gravitational will relate to the Earth pulling the objects toward it. But you should know that is not the only force that explains the gravitational. But why does this happen? If you do a lot of research into what gravity really means, you may find out that gravity is not actually a force and is just an illusion. So for now, it's enough to know about the gravitational force. It's just attractive force between two objects with non-zero mass separated by distance. So, thank you for your attention. Now let's move on to the next point, which is delivered by my friend Hazira.
So, I will begin our next point of this presentation. My next point is force. We've been talking a lot about science on how things move, but there's something we've been leaving out, which is force and why they make things accelerate. Isaac Newton outlined his understanding about motion with three laws. Isaac Newton is the one that found what is force is. So, today, after 3,000 years later, if you are trying to describe the effect of force on an object like a box on the floor or an elevator at the supermarket, then you're going to use Newton's law. So, what is Newton's law, or what is force? A force is a push or pull upon an object resulting from the object interaction with another object. Whenever there is an interaction between two objects, there is a force upon each of the object. When the interaction ceases, the two objects no longer experience the force. Forces only exist as a result of an interaction. Interaction that, when unopposed, they will change the motion of object. So, example of force is when we pulling the cart or the trolley at the supermarket, and when we push something like we push the trolley at the supermarket. Basically, forces is also exist in inertia, which brings us to my next point. Inertia is a word we use when we talk about matter and movement. Basically, our idea of inertia goes back to Sir Isaac Newton, with he stated that Newton's first two laws of physics. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion. Inertia is the quality in matter. Matter is anything you can touch that let it stay still if it is still, or keeps it moving if it is moving. If you want to overcome inertia, you have to apply force. A force will make something that is still start to move, like flicking a wad of paper with a pencil will make it move. Also, we slow or stop something that is already moving. The wad of paper will be slowed by resistance made by rubbing up against the air it is passing through. The property of a body to remain at rest or to remain in motion with constant velocity is also called inertia. Newton's first law is often called the law of inertia. As we know from experience, some objects have more inertia than others. It is obviously more difficult to change the motion of the large boulder than that of a basketball, for example. The inertia of an object is measured by its mass. So that's all my point. So I pass up to Nuri Najwa.
As a conclusion for today's video, these are the few examples of physics application in our daily life. The first one is gravity. The second one is friction. The third one is inertia. The fourth and the last one is force. There are many more physics applications used in our daily life, such as pressure, momentum, and buoyancy. Physics has evolved from the past to the present and give us many great inventions such as smartphone and laptop, which can be considered essential nowadays and will continue to evolve in the future. So, I wrap today's presentation with a quotation from Nikola Tesla. What one man called God, another calls the law of physics. Thank you for watching.